Alright, I've actually changed the article that I'm going to use. I found this one is a little bit better. It's by Gary Wolfe, called The Data-Driven Life. And it's a New York Times article, so it's probably going to be pretty good. And I know the name Gary Wolfe. So what I usually do is I click on the print icon here. And the reason I do that is because it gives me a cleaner copy to work from without all the distraction of ads and pictures and the like. So here's my version of it. It's in the print side, from the print link. Okay, you will notice that I've created a highlight here and a sticky note. I've attached a sticky note to it, and the sticky note right here basically is the introduction that I talk about in class all the time. Gary Wolfe, there's the author, in his April 28, 2010 New York Times Magazine article. So it situates the reader, and then I say, the data-driven life tells us, okay, this is the summary that begins here. It's kind of the purpose of the piece. That data-based decision-making might be better than just relying on our gut. The article outlines the topic of the quantified self. Okay? That's the first thing that I do every time I summarize an article. Okay, you'll notice that I have several new summaries here. I just work my way down through the article, summarizing stuff, like right here. You'll see, I said this was a great quote. That's not a summary. I'm just thinking this is a really good quote. And then I summarized it right here. And then I made a little editorial comment, data is God, because up here I said data is good, but I misspelled it. So I thought, well, that's an interesting question. As you can see, I'm working my way down through this. And, sometimes it's, I make two notes here. Here Wolf notes. And then I also have a great quote here that I think might have a use maybe in my research paper and not in my summary. So sometimes I kill two birds with one stone when I'm doing the summary. And what I do is I collect stuff that I know I might use in my research paper as well. And as we scroll down the page, you'll see here's all my notes. And a lot of times you'll note that I just say Wolf says, or Wolf's writes, or Wolf asserts, or Wolf states, something like that. This is just an interesting note. Vary it up a little bit. And then this is a summary of the next four parts, the four stages of the article. He's going to talk about these four revolutionary ideas in self-tracking. Just as a side note, I think it's cool that the article mentions Fitbit. Fitbit plays an important part in it, and of course, I will use that as probably my example in the summary. And there's a couple other examples here. I'm not sure I'm going to use them by other companies like Philips and Zio. I don't have to use every example in my summary, and probably don't want to. Also note that this is a long article, and you just have to work your way through it. Like I told you, when I was a tax preparer, somebody would bring me in a bag of stuff. And I'd simply work my way from the top receipt, slowly but surely categorizing all the way down to the bottom receipt. Sometimes it's just a matter of slogging it out, just like a run or a weightlifting session or a swimming session or something physical. It's very similar to that. Just gotta do it. Okay, I'm not quite done with this, but I wanted to get this video off if you want to share. And so we're just going to assume I'm finished, and I will be done before the end of the evening. But when you're ready to aggregate stuff, in other words, you're ready to extract your annotations, please use Firefox. It's just so much easier. You click on the little icon up here, it says send some, and it looks like a little picture in this one. Just click on that. You click extract annotations, and you can just show your highlights, or you can go ahead and don't show your highlights. But in this case, I want to show everything, so I'm going to click copy to clipboard. Okay, now I have created an MLA correct page here, and I'm just going to paste what I copied to the clipboard from Diigo. And there it is. Now, obviously, I've got 5 pages here, and it's going to have to be cut way down. But if you look at this right here, I've already done a lot of the work. Okay? So it's a matter of getting rid of this stuff. And you can see I've already got the first paragraph right there. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but I've already made a big step. I think this is probably a good place to stop. So I'm going to save it. And I'm going to save it to my favorite Dropbox. Okay. Well, that's how I use Diigo to create a long summary. And that's what I want you to do too, because I think it's worth learning. I'm convinced it's worth learning. Okay, thanks a lot.